Hello, welcome everybody to the Bharatiya Stotra Bodha series talk number 45. We're very excited today to have a talk on wisdom from Yajurveda for life elevation. Our keynote speaker today is Dr. Aparna Dhir, Khandelwal. She's the assistant professor, Institute of Advanced Studies, Dartmouth University, USA, and she's also the secretary of Waves India. So today we'll start with the Veda Kusumanjali, and then we have Sangeeta Anjali by Srimati Anuradha Poduval, and then we have Stotra recitation by Sri Uday Ravi, and then my father, Dr. Prabhakar, will introduce the speaker, and then we have concluding remarks by Dr. Professor Shashi Tiwari ji and Dr. N.C.P. Nath. So with that, I will start with the Veda Kusumanjali. So, Nana, you can start.
Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Bhadram. I request our Charanji, would you recite the prayer? Okay.
I can't, Dr. Prabhakar. Can you hear me?
Yeah, please start. You are a regular student.
Give me a second. Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyama Devaha Bhadram Pashayema Shabhirayajatra Sthirairangayastushtabhagam Sansatanubhe Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuh Swasti na Indro Vruddhashravah Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedah Swasti nastarkshayo arishtanemi Swasti no bruhasapatiradadhatu Om Shanti 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 Om Agnenaya Supataraye Asman Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidwan Yuyodhyasma Juhurana Meno Bhuvishtam te namuktim vidhema Om Shanti 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 Om Apyayantu mamangani vaka prana chakshu Shrotramatho balamindriyani cha sarvani Sarvam brahmopanishadam mayam brahma Nirakurayam mama brahma Nirakaroda nirakaranamasta nirakaranam Mahe astu Tadatmani nirateya upanishata sudharmaste Te maye santu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
Thank you.
So now we'll request Srimati Anuradha Poduval to please give her Sangeetanjali.
This is a composition of Sri G.N. Balasubramaniam in Raga Saraswati, set to Rupakatala. Saraswati Namostute Sharadevi Dyaparate Saraswati Namostute Sharadevi Dhyaparade Saraswati Namostute Sharade Dhyaparade Saraswati Namostute Sharade Dhyaparade Saraswati Namostute Sharade Vidyaparade Saraswati. Karadrita Veena Pustaka Karadrita Veena Pustaka Varambani Malalamkrita Karadrita Veena Pustaka Varamani Malalamkrita Karadrita Veena Pustaka Varamani Malalamkrita Sarima Pada Pama Pada Sapada Saunida Pomari Sanida Sarima Pada Pama Pada Pada Saunida Pomari Sanida Sarima Pada Sarima Sanida Pama Risa Risa Sanida Saraswati Namostute Sharade Vidyaparade Saraswati. Narahari Sudha Vichilagalite Narahari Sudha Vichilagalite Navamani Uda Kambugale Narahari Sudha Vichilagalite Navamani Uda Kambugale Surasevita Padayugale Surasevita Padayugale Surasevita Padayugale Sutakara Samadavale Surasevita Padayugale Sutakara Samadavale Sarima Pada Pama Pada Sapada Sanida Pama Risanid Sarima Pada Pama Pada Sapada Sanida Pama Risanid Sarima Pada Sarima Risanida Pama Risarisa Sanida Saraswati Namostute Sharade Vidyaparade Saraswati.
Thank you so much. It is one of my favorite songs, very, very nicely rendered. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time and your talents here. Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
So next I'll play the Stotra Anjali. This is by Sri Uday Ravi. He share his.
Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Deva Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Gurave Sarva Lokanam Vishade Avarodinam Nidhyasada Vidyanam Dakshina Murtaye Namaha Shankaram Shankaracharyan Keshavam Bhatarayanam Sutra Bhaskrita Vandana Bhagavanta Uppanakanaha Stuti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Ramayam Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Asya Shri Siddha Punjakaarthvadram Asya Shri Siddha Punjakaarthvadram Mahamantrasya ब्रह्मा विष्णु रुद्र ऋषयः गायत्री तिष्ठव नक्षच्छन्दांसि श्री महाकाली महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती देवता श्री दुर्गा परमेश्वरी प्रीत्यर्थे पारायणे विनियोगः ध्यानं देवी प्रपन्नार्थ हरे प्रसीदखिलस्य वचद विश्वेश्वरे पाय विश्वं ब्रह्मेश्वरे देवी चराचरस्य या देवी भूगैरप्रमथिनी या महेश्वरमोदिने या धूम्रेक्षण्डमण्डशमनि या चण्डमण्डशमनि या रक्तबीजाशिने या शुम्भादिनशम्भदैत्यदम्नि या सत्यलक्ष्मी परा साक्षण्डीनपुरशतसहिता मां पाति विश्वेश्वरे शिवोवाच नदये प्रवक्ष्यामि कुञ्चिकामृतमत्वं येन मन्त्रप्रभावेण चण्डी जापः शुभो भवेत् नागलास्तोत्रकब्नरहस्यकम् असूक्तं नापि ध्यानं च नन्यास न च वाचनं कुञ्चिकापाठमात्रेण दुर्गापाठफलं भवेत् अधिकुष्यतरं देवी देवानपि दुर्लभं गोपनीयं प्रयत्नेन स्वयो निरपारते मारणं मोहनमश्यं सम्भवच्छाडनादिकं पाठमादसंशोधित कुञ्चिकासुरमत्वं नमस्ते रुद्ररूपण्ये नमस्ते मधुवर्धिने नमः कैटभारिणे नमस्ते मेषादिने नमस्ते शम्भासुरगादिने जागरसिंहमहादेवी जपं सिद्धं कुरुष्वे ऐङ्कार्यशुशुरूपाय ह्रीङ्कार्यप्रतिपादिका ह्रीङ्कार्यकामरूपिणि भेदरूपे नमस्ते चामुण्डचण्डघातिते ऐकार्य वरदायिने इच्छेसाभयदत्ते नमस्ते मन्त्ररूपिणे धाम धीं धूम दूजपत्नी वाम्य भगेश्वरे रां क्लीं क्लीं कालिकादेवी सां श्रीं श्रां श्रीं शुम्भं कुर्वन् ओंकाररूपिणे जं 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 हरादिने रां ह्रीं ध्रूं भैरवीपतिते भवान्येति नमो नमः अंकं शन्तं तं पन्यं शं भीं दूं ऐं दूं हं षन् जागं दीपं कुरु कुरु स्वाहा पां पीं ओषो बार्धपूर्णकाङ्क्षीं कुञ्चितान् सां सीं सुमन्त्रसिद्धिं कुरुष्मे यन्त कुञ्चिकासुरमन्त्रदागध्येतमे अभक्तेन दात्रेण भक्तिरक्षपादे यश्च आदेवी हीना कुशतीं पठित उत्तरशजातिसिद्धिरन् उदरदान् यदिष्टुर्यामलेखुवे शिवपादसम्बन्धे कुञ्चिकासुरं सम्पूर्णं जगदम्बामस्तु जय दुर्गे जय दुर्गे जय दुर्गे जातवेदशेषणवामरात्येतुरधातवेदः पुनः दुर्गान् विश्वानायव सिद्धिन्द्रतात्यग्ने तामग्निवर्णां तपसा ज्वलन्तीं वैर्वचनीं कर्मफलशिष्टां दुर्गां देवीं शरणमां प्रपद्ये सुतरहितरसे नमः अग्ने त्वं पारयानव्यो अस्मान् स्वस्तिपरि दुर्गान् विश्वां पूज्यपृथ्वी बहुलानो भवाद्रोकाय तनयशनियो विश्वानिनो दुर्गा जातवेदसिन्धनावादुरितादिपर्षे अग्ने अतिदेवन् मनसगुणाम् अस्माकं बोधेविता तनूनां रोचनादितगं सामानं ग्रमग्निगं परमात्मस्तात् स्नःप्रदुर्गान् विश्वाक्षामद्देवतिवृतादिग्ने रत्नोषिकमीढ्यध्वरेशनाक्षवतनवितत्से स्वाञ्चाग्रमिप्रस्वस्मिन् भगवान् स्वा भूर्वतिष्ठमयच्छं तवेन्द्रसञ्चरेमा नाकस्य पुष्णिः सम्मसानो वैष्णवीं लोकयामव्यन्तात् ओम कार्त्यायनाय कन्याकुमारी धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गे प्रचोदयात् ओम शांति 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 सहनावतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करभावहि तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहि ओम शांति 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 श्री कृष्णार्पणमस्तु।
So that was Srimati Ravi saying the Siddha Kunjika Stotram and the Durga Stotram, Suktam. So now I'll request Dr. Prabhakar, my father, to introduce the topic and the speaker.
Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Ajnanatimirandhasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chikshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. So today is a very auspicious day when we are having a wonderful message from Yajurveda, because it is one of the important chapters in the book of wisdom from Vedas. So wisdom has been the important communication and message to all people at all times. So everybody is requiring wisdom to make their life elevation. In fact, when Dr. Aparna suggested her topic, and then I just, Dr. Shashi Tiwari, she also suggested some change, and so wonderfully, today we have got the beautiful topic, that wisdom from the Yajurveda for life elevation. Because Vedas are there, and I told you, Ajnana Timira Andhasya. So everybody is having Ajnana. Gnanarjana is there. By doing sin, we will have a fall. By doing punya, we get Swargalokam. But by getting Gnana, we get Moksham. Gnana Devait Kaivalyam, Natu Anyena. Shankaracharya said, and we are all getting relief from this birth, cycle of birth and death from Gnanam. And that Gnanam can be acquired number of ways, but most important is the sacrifice. Sacrifice means Tyaga, Dravya Sekarana, Devatahvana, and Dravya Tyaga. So the important sacrifice that comes there on the Tyaga. Tyagaya Sambhrutarthanam. So that's why we understand from Yajurveda that we have got to have that kind of feeling, trying to get rid of whatever things, wealth that we have got, but try to reach up the higher stage. Swargakamo yajeta, Swarga also is moksha, and so on. So Yajurveda is containing large number of formulas, or yajus they call it, as the Kandikas, and only Yajurveda has got the division into Krishna and Sukla Yajurveda. Again, there was a controversy. See, Yajnavalkya made the Yajurveda get divided, and he gave away all that. It became Krishna, and then he, because of the grace of Surya Bhagavan, he got Suklani Yajumshi, so it became Sukla Yajurveda. And why this division came, and there are what differences are there, that's a big study. And here we have got a good scholar, Dr. Aparna. I don't want to introduce, she's a member of our Veda Kendra. Though she is sitting in Delhi, she is operating everywhere. So she's a global lady. All programs are being organized, and she has been the moderator for everybody. And everybody looks to Dr. Aparna, how long their talk should be there. Now Aparna herself has got the entire time in her control. And anyway, I'm so happy that she is going to talk on wisdom from the Yajurveda. And after all, the life is important, right? From cradle to grave, we face problems. We have happiness, we have unhappiness, and there are some difficult problems. For all that, we have to take Saranu from Devi. So in Durga Sapsati, that Rishi tells that Kshatriya and also that Vaisya, Sumedha, and then that Suratha, that you just take Sharanam from Devi. And that Devi, in order to quell down all the Mahasuras for Adharmic, she becomes the form of Mahakali, then Mahalakshmi, and Mahasaraswati. So today we have got a beautiful prayer utilizing Saraswati, Tritiya Charitam, and also Durga Parameswari, Dvitiya Charitam, and of course Mahakali Swarupin play. So with this wonderful start, we would have the talk by Dr. Aparna. She is an associate professor and in the Dartmouth, doing a lot of contributory work, and she is also contributing articles. And also we're so happy that today we have got Dr. Shashi Tiwari, the president of the World Association for Vedic Studies, and she is operating internationally, national, international. Probably all gods are sitting in her head, making that also global and interlocus. Because whenever she start talking, only gods come into picture. And they only are very anxious what Dr. Shashitivar is talking about us. So, because she has written a large number of books, more than 36 books, large number of articles and editing. So, very dynamic. Such a professor also is our midst. And there is also Dr. Ingalalli, who is a professor of philosophy in the Karnataka University, Dharwad, who is emeritus professor, who has done wonderful contribution on the Nyaya and philosophy and Vedas. And in fact, he has made a study of the Sukla Veda. And we have got Nath. Dr. Nath also is there to make comment. So Dr. Nath he's told me, sir, when I turned 80 years, I started studying Sukla Veda. Still, it is not complete. He's now 94 or 96 years old. But still, as a Rishi, he is working. So we have a beautiful panel of great scholars to highlight the importance of Yajurveda, wisdom especially from Yajurveda, that we can manipulate, manage, and elevate our life programs and life schedules. So not talking very much, I request the speaker to present her presentation and give us some important ideas from the Yajurveda. Actually, she's a professor and she got her PhD from the Shatabada Brahmana belonging to Sukra Veda. 100 chapters, and there are so many aspects, but she told that she has only explored the astrology and astronomy, or the movement of the planets or dynamics of the planets. Dynamics on planets is called astronomy. Movements with the influence of the planets is called astrology. However, anyway, she is interested in the stars, sun, moon, and all these astro bodies. So welcoming her, please. Thank you very much.
Om Ishavasyamadam Sarvam Yat Kinchit Jagatyam Jagat. Namaste and good evening to everyone who is in India, and specifically Dr. Prasad ji and Dr. Prabhakar sir. They are from Chicago, I think. They are joining from there. So good morning, very good morning to them. And I, with very due respect to Dr. Shashi Tiwari ma'am, she's my teacher from past 25 years until today, and even maybe again and again in every life, she is going to be my teacher. That I feel. And it's so feeling good to have my teacher and my learned scholars from the Yajurveda Adhyayana Kendra, like Dr. Charanji and Dr. Ingali ji and others, Dr. Raghav ji, and many others whom I can see on the screen. Thank you very much for joining. And my colleague, Dr. Shipra Dikshit, is also here from Institute of Advanced Sciences. So I'm happy to see you all. And as the topic, I hope I have the share screen option. Yes.
Yeah, we can see your slides, madam.
Yes, thank you. So when I talk about this topic, as the Dr. Prabhakar sir just has given the introduction about the Yajurveda, especially how Yajurveda is different from all other Vedas, and what is the situation of it, where it lies, and what is the difference between the white Yajurveda or the black Yajurveda. That is a technical thing, and I think because this is going to be my I think fifth or sixth, seventh lecture in the Yajurveda Adhyayana Kendra under various series, which I have, in the annual day celebrations or the Pravachan Malika or the Bharati Stotra Bodha series. There are many other lectures I have given, which are related to Yajurveda in some or the other way. In that, I have taken out some elements related to the astronomy or the astrology, or sometimes related to the Vastu Shastra, and maybe somewhere I talked about the technical classification of the Yajurveda. But today, the topic which I'm going to talk about is wisdom from Yajurveda for life elevation. And I think so. I'm not going into the deeper technical detailing or the classification of how Yajurveda is look like. I will just give an introduction, but we will basically talk about the wisdom. That wisdom related to I can say that knowledge is everywhere, but what we have picked through our intellect, through our conscious mind, and where we have to go, that is known as wisdom. So here we are going to talk about the life elevation. So I think this particular topic is not only meant for the scholars only, but also for the youth. As what we are seeing today in the world or to globally, that there is many kind of a problem which our youth is facing since the beginning. I think from the teenage they are seeing such problems, and for them it is like a guideline. This topic is like going to be a guideline, I think so. And so, as also before joining my Sanskrit or Vedic background, I was a student of commerce with maths. So I think this particular, while I was working on the slides, I feel this particular talk is like going to give us some formulas how to live our life and how to elevate in that. So starting with the first slide, as you all know that Vedas are very vast in knowledge, and there is no single thought about it, that how our rishis have thought in different areas, and then we got our Rig Ved, Yajurved, Samved, and Atharved with various other text related to that. Sangitas were the were their vision actually in the form of prayers. But later on, the Brahmanas, the Aranyakas, and the Upanishads are their explanations and their wisdom on the particular content which was there in that line of Veda. Like in Rig Veda, there are basically prayers to the deities or the hymns related to deities only. So like that only. So Vedas are very vast, and we can say it is a repository of knowledge. There is no doubt about that. Everything what is there, whatever is there, everything is hinted there in the Vedas as a form of knowledge. It is there, and we, as an Indian, we can proudly say that our ancient Indian traditions are there in the Vedas. Even today, we are following in some or the other way. So maybe the essence is same, but the concept got changed. But the style of doing that thing is got changed after centuries. So our tradition remained the same, or we can say it is still intact, and it is and their roots are in the Vedas. So there is, we should be proud of that. So we can say that the Vedic knowledge is itself a sacred or a divine knowledge. And there is a saying in the Taittiriya Brahmana, which is one of the Brahman of the Yajurveda only, and it says, Ananta Vahi Vedaha. Here we can take Veda, it's not related to only the 4 Vedas, it is Ved means knowledge. The word Ved depicts the meaning knowledge, and knowledge is Anant, limitless. It is everywhere. It is up to the Rishi, or even today, even if we want to experience that knowledge, it is up to us. So knowledge is limitless. So that was said by that was said in Taittiriya Brahman. So we cannot calculate the kind of the amount of knowledge we have around us. So here we are, as you can see in the tree, there is many branches, but our main focus is on this part, that is Yajurveda only. So talking about my slides will be half Hindi, half English, because these are from various my other works also, from where I have picked my slides. So here my Yajurvedic text, when we talk about Yajurvedic text, we found the major classification as Shukla Yajurveda or Krishna Yajurveda, and Krishna Yajurveda, which is white and black Yajurveda in Westerners' way of saying. Then we have their Sangita part, which is there, like Vajasneyi Sangita in the Shukla Yajurveda, and that too divided into like 2 parts, Kanva Sangita and Madhyan Sangita, and the 4 in the case of Krishna Yajurveda. Then they have their own Brahmanas, Shatpat and Taittiriya. Shatpat in the case of Shukla Yajurveda, and Taittiriya in the case of Krishna Yajurveda. And in the case of other Krishna Yajurvediya Brahmanas, they are there in their Sangita part only. And in the case of Aranyakas, we have 1 in the Shukla Yajurveda and 2 in the Krishna Yajurveda. Then we have Upanishad, which are the popular ones. These Upanishads are the popular ones. You all are familiar with their names. But when we talk about Yajurveda as a whole, there is a word called Ek Shatam Advaryu Shakha. It is the scholars have finalized among them that the Yajurveda should be of 101 in number, but with the course of time and the availability of the text and other reasons, now what we have is there on the screen only. We have this much text only related to the Yajurveda, and some of them have lost also. In some of the cases, we don't have some commentaries. So talking about Yajurveda in general, as per the Niruk, it says Yajuhu Yajate. That is, with those mantras which allows us to do the ritualistic actions. That is, जिनके द्वारा यजन किया जाता है. That mantras, यजन mantras जो हैं, उनको कहा जाता है यजुष. और ये यजुष जो हैं, उनको यज्ञ के अवसर पर किया जाता है. At the time of when we have to do rituals, because in the case of Rig Veda, we are just praying to the divine entities, but in the case of Yajurveda, we are pleasing them with the ritualistic homa. So that is done by the Adhyayana, which is the priest of the Yajurveda. That's why Yajurveda is always also called as Adhyayana or Adhyayana. This is again a journal introduction about Yajurveda. When we talk about its importance, why it is important? Because it tells us about the creation theory. It tells us about the Yajna theory, how lot of rituals are there, like Ashwamedha. Then there is lot of Somyaga, Rajasuya, Vajpaya. Many yagas are there, Yagya yagas are there, and Yajurveda talks about that in detail. कब करना चाहिए, क्यों करना चाहिए, कैसे करना चाहिए, किसके द्वारा होना चाहिए, क्या क्या विधि उसमें लगेगी, किस तरह से उसमें जो हमारे साहित्य में अभिधा लक्षण और ये सब आते हैं वो सब भी इसमें कहे गए हैं। डायरेक्ट इनडायरेक्ट कॉन्वर्सेशंस भी हैं एंड उसके द्वारा यज्ञ क्रिया को संपादित किया जाता है। सो एवरीथिंग इन डिटेल जो आज हम यज्ञ क्रिया देख रहे हैं या होम हवन आदि क्रियाएं देख रहे हैं उनका स्टार्ट अगर हमें देखना है तो दैट इज इन देयर इन द यजुर्वेदा। So Yajurveda provides a detailed and an elaborative study of the yagyas, different yagyas or yagas which take place, which starts for even like Agnihotra is a day yagya, whereas there are many yagyas like Chaturmasya and others which take place for months or seasons. That is depend on the availability of the time, and in accordance of time, the yagyas are performed for the desired results. So that is an important factor of the Yajurveda, that for the desired results, people, the society there in the Yajurveda, they are willing to have some desired results. They want cattle, they want santati, progeny, they want dhan dhanya, or we can say gold, silver, whatever. They want these things. These are not material. I'm not saying that they are looking for the material gains only, but that is the first step to elevate your life. So they are not saying that don't go for that. You do your karmas, you do action for that. You have your gains, but think beyond that. That is the philosophy of Yajurveda. So, and also the Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, that concept highlighted in the Yajurveda in various mantras, like Brahma is the creator, and Brahma word is not there. It is the Prajapati actually. So the concept of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh is there in the Puranas, but the concept is started from the Yajurveda in another area, by other ways. Like there is no Brahma, there is Prajapati, as I said. Rudra was not like Shiva, as we know in the Puranas. So we have to be vigilant about that while studying Yajurveda. Don't think that they are talking about the same thing as Puranas, but we can say they lie down the what we say the base for the Puranas. So also, as I said, that material gains were there in the by the way of various yagyas, because they are there to please the deities. So we can have a look of a society. We can have, because yagyas are always और यज्ञ जो है हमेशा अपने जो है यजमान जो है हमेशा अपनी पत्नी के साथ बैठ के यज्ञ कर रहे हैं, तो we can have a look of a grihastha jivan from the Yajurvedic mantras, and also the importance of the nari, the importance of the women, their role in the society, how important they are, and also there are many other factors which talks about morals or ethics. They talk about the various gunas, that is the values, ethics which one should have in their life. That can be of discipline, that can be of patience, forgiveness, anything like that. That is there in the Yajurveda. And also the Ucharan. Ucharan means language. Those people who belong to the linguistic side or the phonetic areas, for them Yajurveda provides a base to start their learning from the first ancient times. So this is how the study of Yajurveda is very important for everyone if they want to start their study. So this is again an introductory slide only. Now today's topic is basically about life elevation. When we talk about life elevation, our first thing comes to our mind, what is this? Do we have to climb some stairs or what? Actually, elevation is emotion which is there in us, but it uplifts or it goes higher when we do some moral when we witnessing some acts of moral goodness, when we do something good, when we feel good from inside, then only this emotion takes us to the other level. So we can say elevation of oneself in one's own mind. Like you have to elevate yourself, but how you can elevate it is become through your mind only. That's the main point. So today our focus is on that we have to be happy. We all want to be happy. That's the main thing. Even not even today, but I am talking about in modern context only. That apart from everything, whatever we have, but our main goal is to be happy. But do you say, or can we say that are we really happy? Are we really happy? That's a question mark, because there are so many news around us, not only of war, but many in our internal side also having so much conflict within us. So there is lot more many issues which are going on, and which doesn't allow anyone to be happy. There are very rarely anybody say that I'm very happy and satisfied. I have achieved this, and I'm feeling very happy. There is some problem in that. So in present time, we see that with the age of rapid communication, everybody is on phone, everybody is on laptop, everything around us. So as the technology advances, our to attain something, we are just following a routine. We have to do this. So we are actually our own enemy, our personal growth, the growth of inside, not as the growth of our human being, the human inside or the soul inside, that is getting वो नहीं हो पा रहा है, बाकी सब कुछ हो रहा है. We are achieving everything. We are achieving a position. We are achieving a car. We are having a good house. Everything is around us, having everything. But what is there not? Our personal growth. So we are actually, because of too much communication, too much technologically advancement, we are enemy of our own personal growth, and this causes a feeling of uncertainty and also a stress. So we are becoming pessimist every time we are thinking about negative thoughts, and our positive side is struggling a lot to come out. Even we want to be good, but we cannot because of certain circumstances. This I feel for the present time, and especially as I said in the beginning, for the youth. So I feel that many of us are spending time more on negativity rather than positivity. But our focus should be on positivity. How I can be a positive most of the time. But that circumstances or other things doesn't allow me, whether I'm on any such position or any such I'm having everything in life, then only. So I don't see that people are getting elevated in their life. They are actually try to elevate, but still they get fall down because of such feeling, and they are saying, no, I'm not happy. No, I'm not feeling good about myself. No, I'm not satisfied at all. So for this, we have some formulas from the Yajurveda, as I said. So as I said, that our mind is the one which allows us to grow for our spiritual journey, for our psychological, for our personal growth. So as you see that there are many, I am taking only the examples from the Yajurveda only, from the various books of Yajurveda or texts from the Yajurveda. As the Taittiriya Upanishad said, I am Purusho Manomay. This here Purush doesn't mean some man or something like that. Purush means the one, the soul, the self entity, that is you, that is only you. That is related to Manomaya only. It is because of your mind you are like that. If you think good about yourself, you are like that. If you think bad about yourself, you are like that. If so, this you, आप कुछ और नहीं हो, अपने मन के ही कारण जैसे हो. सो वो जो पुरुष है वो सिर्फ मन ही है, मनोमय है पूरा का पूरा. Again, Tetri Brahman said, Mano Vai Prajapati. The Prajapati is the term which is the entity which is related to the creation. So jitni bhi srishti hai, that is related to Prajapati. So Prajapati, that deity, that Lord is nothing else, your mind only. मैं वही भार समझ पा रही हूँ जो मैं देखना चाहती हूँ, जो मेरे मन की सृष्टि है. सो मेरे मन की सृष्टि जो है वही प्रजापति है एक तरह से. तो मेरा मन ही है जो मुझे कहता है कि यहाँ चल और वहां चल और ऐसे देख, ये सब। तो इसीलिए मनो वही प्रजापति, इससे बड़ा क्रिएटर कोई नहीं है। दैट इज एक्सप्लेन बाय तैतरीय ब्राह्मण। देन समुद्र एव कामाः शतपथ ब्राह्मण। Whatever desires I have in my own mind, in whatever I think, it can be negative, it can be, जैसे हम कहते हैं संकल्प विकल्प, ये मन के लिए आता है किसी टेक्स्ट में, मुझे भी ध्यान नहीं है। तो वो जो शक्ति है वो बुद्धि की तो है, लेकिन हमारे जो हमें करना चाहिए नहीं करना चाहिए ये तो हमें बुद्धि बताती है। लेकिन जितने तरह की इच्छाएं हैं, चाहे अच्छी बुरी जो भी है, वो एक ओशन की तरह है, चलती जाएंगी, मतलब एक के बाद एक वेव की तरह उठती जाएंगी। उसको कंट्रोल करना, उसको पकड़ना, तो वो जो है वो किसके अंदर है? वो हमारे अंदर अंदर की शक्ति होती है। अंदर की शक्ति के लिए कहा गया। तो ये जो कामा है, कामा मीन्स कामनाएं हैं, डिजायर्स हैं, ये कहाँ उठ रही है? हमारे माइंड में उठ रही हैं। तो अगेन हम अपनी डिजायर्स के कारण बनते चले जा रहे हैं, जैसे हम हो रहे हैं। अब इट कैन बी पॉजिटिव वंस और इट कैन बी नेगेटिव। सो एज वी से दैट नेगेटिव टेंडेंसी और पॉजिटिव टेंडेंसी, अनंतम वही मनः। सो मन इज अगेन limitless, as said by Shatad Brahman. Then there is a saying by Brihadaranyaka Upanishad which says, Mano vai samratha paramam brahma. मन ही जो है, जो माइंड है, वो ही अपने आप में सम्राट है, सबसे बड़ा राजा कह लीजिए, सबसे ऊपर है, सर्वोपरि है, और वही ब्रह्म है। ब्रह्म मीन्स जो सुप्रीम एंटिटी है, उसी से सब कुछ चल रहा है। सो जो माइंड है, अगर हम उसको ठीक कर लें तो आई थिंक एवरीथिंग अराउंड अस विल गेट फाइन इटसेल्फ। बट हम माइंड ही नहीं ठीक कर पाते, दैट्स द प्रॉब्लम फॉर इन, एंड दैट्स द मेन हिंड्रेंस इन आवर पर्सनल ग्रोथ। सो शुक्ल यजुर्वेद gives us the sukta, Shiv Sankalp Sukta, which is there in the 34th chapter. It's having only 6 mantras, which talks about every time. It talks about the various characteristics of the manaha or the mind. But every time it says, Tanme manaha Shiv Sankalpamastu. वो जो मेरा माइंड है, इट शुड बी, मतलब जो मेरा माइंड इधर भी चले जाता है, उधर भी चले जाता है, ऐसे भी सोचता है, वैसे भी सोचता है, ऐसा जो माइंड है, इट शुड बी शिव संकल्प। शिव संकल्प मीन्स, Shiv means it should be divine, it should be auspicious, it should be meditative, kalyankari, and our sankalp should never get break. Whatever we have, we should be determined on that. This is what talk about Shiv Sankalp. There should be all kind of noble thoughts, all kind of positive thoughts should come to me. I should be like that. So this kind of spiritual or psychological aspect of human mind is depicted in the Yajurveda. Then we have some Western scholar which says there are plenty of opportunities around us, which says get angry, get stressed, get offended, जो भी कुछ है, but हमारे को क्या करना है? We should not indulge ourselves in negative emotions. We should have a power to overpower those negative emotions and happiness के पास जाना है. So ये Western scholars है. Why I am interrelating this? Because यजुर्वेद में जो कह दिया वो हम भूल चुके हैं. Now today we are reading. I have I have my colleague here, Dr. Shipra ji. So they are reading Western scholars, but in Indian philosophy it is there in the case of Vedas. So in Western scholars they are telling us कि आपको ऐसे नहीं होना, आपको वैसे होना है, but हमारे यजुर्वेद ने हमें ये बताया हुआ पहले से. When we want to achieve an elevation in our life, so we have to avoid the grievances. जो भी दुख हैं थोड़ा उनको हमें avoid करना चाहिए. ये नहीं कि हर चीज के लिए हमें एंग्री होना है, गुस्सा होना है. We should learn from the mistakes of others and we should be devoted in the constant learning. ये हमारे मन में ये सब चीजें होनी चाहिए कि हमें हर चीज को इग्नोर करना है जो गलत हो रहा है और जो मतलब हमें दुख दे रहा है. आई मीन टू से दैट. एंड ऑल्सो कुछ गलत हमारे सामने हो, किसी ने किया है, तो हमें नहीं वो करना है. वी हैव टू, हमें उसको बेटर बनाने की कोशिश करनी है एंड हमेशा सीखने की इच्छा रखनी चाहिए. लेकिन ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है? ये सारे एलिवेशन का ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है? टू हैव एन हेल्दी एंड फुलफिलिंग लाइफ. I should feel happy all the time. I should have the feeling of satisfaction every time. So this is the main objective. So क्या ये जितना इस स्लाइड में बात हुई है, क्या ये हमें यजुर्वेद ने नहीं कहा? क्यों नहीं कहा? यजुर्वेद ने कहा, हमें तैतरीय ब्राह्मण में ही या और भी यजुर्वेद के टेक्स्ट में आपको बहुत ज्यादा जगह मिलेगा. शतम जीवेम शरद, they have a very optimistic, very positive thought in life कि जीना है तो 100 वर्ष तो जीना ही है, इससे कम की बात तो कभी कही नहीं है. Even I recall while I was doing my PhD, there is a saying in Shatat Brahman that a person can live up to the years of 1,000. How? By the way of knowledge. क्योंकि आज मैं अगर कोई नॉलेज शेयर कर रही हूँ, कल मैं नहीं भी हूँ, ये नॉलेज तो आगे बढ़ती रहेगी ना. तो इस वे में 1,000 ईयर्स तक, और हम हमेशा याद रखते हैं, जैसे आज हम कहते हैं विवेकानंद जी ने ये कहा, फलाने किसी और ने ये कहा, अरविंदो जी ने ये कहा, तो वो आज भी जी रहे हैं एज इन देयर टीचिंग्स. सो सिमिलरली तेतरे ब्राह्मण कहते हैं एज अ होल अपनी फुल हमारी जो एक फिजिकल लाइफ जो हम जीते हैं वो 100 वर्ष से कम तो है ही नहीं. तो वी हैव टू बी हेल्दी फॉर दैट. एंड वाजस्नेयी संहिता से भद्रम करने भी शुण्या, मैं हर जगह से जो है सिर्फ अच्छी बातों को ही ग्रहण करूं, मैं हर जगह अच्छी बातें ही देखूं, अच्छी चीजें ही देखूं, मैं स्थिर अंगों से पुष्ट पुष्ट एकदम जो है दीर्घायु तक जो है और सबका हित करूं. इस तरह की जो ये कल्पना है ये हमें वाजस्नेयी संहिता में मिलती है. तो अगेन आई कैन रिलेट दिस थिंग दैट Tetri Brahman, the Tetri Brahman is related to Krishna Yajurveda and Vajasneyi is the white Yajurveda, Shukla Yajurveda. So every time in Yajurveda, there is an optimistic approach to life, to elevate the life. So that is the objective of life elevation, even today. And it was there in our ancient times. Then achievement. So how this can be achieved? This depends on person to person. Secondly, for this mental training is needed. Both aspects are needed as per today's, when we see in today's times. So again, there is a, while researching for this particular particular talk, I got this I got this article on medium.com which says 4 selves to elevation. So it talks about self-accountability, self-discipline, self-awareness, and selflessness. So that means whatever till now we have studied about Yajurveda, it talks about the positive psychology only. So क्या ये सब, ये जो सेल्फ के चार तरह के सेल्फ हैं, क्या ये हमारे यजुर्वेद में नहीं है? ये प्रश्न है. सेल्फ अकाउंटेबिलिटी मीन्स कि अपने एक्शंस के लिए यू हैव टू होल्ड योर सेल्फ अकाउंटेबल. ये नहीं कि दूसरे पे डाल दिया उसने ऐसा किया होगा. अपने आप को पहचानो कि हम भी गलत कर सकते हैं या हमसे गलती हो गई होगी. Secondly, self-discipline. Whatever actions we are doing, and regularly when we are doing, it becomes our habit. And this is how we can discipline ourselves. So, अपना time duration, अपने आप को discipline life में लाना, अपनी discipline approach बनाना, that's up to us. Self-awareness, जो हमारे emotions हैं, negative, positive, whatever, जो हमारे अंदर आ रहे हैं, we are aware, we should be aware of that. And then we should perform actions for others also. And those actions, those service should not, we have to perform service for others also, but whatever actions we are doing, it should not affect others. There should be a feeling of कि जैसा मेरे साथ कोई अच्छा behave करे, मैं चाहूँ तो मैं भी वैसा ही सबके साथ behave करूँ. So that feeling should be there. तो ये तो अगेन इन चारों में जो मुझे इंपॉर्टेंट बात लग रही है वो है सेल्फ. और वो ही हम बात कर रहे थे कि एक इंडिविजुअल के बारे में, लाइफ को एलिवेट करना है तो सब उसमें समाहित होंगे, दैट इज डिफरेंट थिंग, बट पहले आपको खुद ही करना पड़ेगा. तो वो जो सेल्फ है उसके लिए हमें ज्यादा ध्यान देना पड़ेगा. सो फॉर दिस वी हैव सर्टेन कोट्स फ्रॉम द यजुर्वेदा. अगेन तैतृय उपनिषद सेट स्वाध्याय म प्रमद, देन स्वाध्याय प्रवचने, then Tapovo is Swadhyay. Swadhyay Aditavya is from the Shatat Brahman. That means they have focused, Yajurveda has focused again and again in his various texts on the Swadhyay. अध्ययन करना किसका? वैदिक मंत्रों का अध्ययन करना, इट्स ओके, बट उससे ज्यादा क्या है? स्वयं का अध्ययन करना, दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. सो एंड दिस स्वाध्याय इज लाइक तप, ये तपस्या है, अपने आप को पहचानना हमेशा कि हम जो कर रहे हैं. सेल्फ अकाउंटेबिलिटी इसमें आ जाता है, इसमें जो है आपका सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन आ जाता है, सेल्फ अवेयरनेस आ जाती है. तो स्वाध्याय कोई छोटी बात नहीं है. इट्स अ वेरी लॉन्ग, आई हैव ऑलरेडी गिवन वन टॉक ऑन दिस स्वाध्याय. सो स्वाध्याय इटसेल्फ इज अ वेरी लॉन्ग this discussion in Yajurveda which says कि daily analysis करना है हमें. अगर मुझे अपनी life में elevate होना है, then I have to analyze daily on myself. I have to work daily on myself only. कि whatever I have done today, is that fine or not? What should I do to improve myself tomorrow? And how can be मैं सबको तो बताती रहती हूँ कि आपका ये टाइम है, आपका वो टाइम है. दूसरों को डिसिप्लिन करने से पहले I have to discipline myself. I have to aware of my deeds first of all. So this is how the principle of Swadhyay was there in the Asian times, in our Yajurveda only. And सबसे पहले अगर सेल्फ या स्वाध्याय की बात की गई, I can proudly say that it is there in the Yajurveda. I'm so happy about it. Then there is a thing which is I found in the newspaper only some time back, time to introspect. Paramahansa Yoganand ji also said that a secret to progress is self-analysis only. When we introspect, only then our mind gain such kind of जिसको हम कहेंगे कि उसके अंदर ये विजडम आ पाती है. When we diagnose our own failures, our own shortcomings, our own good or bad tendencies, then only we are able to understand our own self, and this allows us to elevate in life. So Swadhyay is, as I said earlier, it is related to self-study, or you can say study self. The concept in the Yajurveda explained like that, because it is there in the study of Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, chapter 2. It occurs twice there in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, in which Maharishi Yajnavalkya is telling to his wife about this process of self-learning or Swadhyay. And this can be achieved by the way of Shravan, Manan, and Nidhyasan. These are the three major steps. And for this, for acquiring this, first of all, a student should be inquisitive, of knowing, first of all, of knowing the Supreme, and also, or Supreme, or whatever knowledge you want to gain. The first of all, student should be inquisitive about that. Then, with the by listening to the teacher or the guru or as in the terms of today only, if we are listening to this lecture or we are looking for some knowledge on the internet only, firstly we have to concentrate on that by the way of Shravan, or जो भी मैं देख रही हूँ या सुन रही हूँ, उसके बाद then I have to meditate on that by the way of like discussion and other things. Then I have to reflect that or introspect that to know the final whatever I want to learn. So this Brihadaranyaka Upanishad explains the power of thinking and the process of thinking by the way of Shravan, Manan, and Nidhyasan. And in today's time, when we talk about this particular area, Shravan, Manan, Nidhyasan, it is like absorption, contemplation, and reflection. As this is being told in the philosophical text, in today's era, that we need to absorb everything, then we have to contemplate, then we have to reflect that. So this is how we can attain the final knowledge. And then, but the main thing is Swadhyay. So, again, relating it to the modern time, to reduce this stress and enhance performance. If we want to reduce our stress, if we want to enhance our performance, or if we want to become aware, what is needed, then we have again a new word of today's generation is mindfulness. This is there in the psychology or philosophy. From that area I have took from the source. So mindfulness is nothing but being aware of your surroundings, of your consciousness, and accepting your own feelings and thoughts. So this is mindfulness. So is this term new to us? No, it is there in the form of Swadhyay, which is again a mental exercise which helps you to think critically or rationally, and it allows your sense. With this, a person allows himself to control his senses, become dutiful, observant, confident, loyal, and aware of his deeds only, and this will give him the growth of intelligence and fame and everything. So mindfulness is having a synonym like awareness or attention and focus, like that. So I can say that by the way of Swadhyay in Yajurveda, the present time, self-accountability, self-discipline, self-awareness, these terms, and along with mindfulness, these terms of present era of philosophy or psychology has been discussed by our Vedic seer. So when we talk about the fourth aspect of elevation, that is selflessness, in the form of rituals, we can say the rituals were there in the Yajurveda, as I just explained, and it is having main three meanings. It is related to the Devata, it is related to Dana, it is related to Sangati Karan. We have to pray something, we have to pray the deity, we have to perform some offering to him, and then we have to unite everything around us to have that ritual. So it focuses on the service, sacrifice. There should be a tyag bhav, and then it comes in the form. I'm speaking because this is a basic idea which I think we have sometime ago we have discussed. So I'm just giving like introduction of this. This comes in the category of dharma purusharth. As we all know that dharma, arth, kam, moksha are four purusharthas, pillars of life. But when we talk about yajna, the service or the selflessness, we say it comes under the category of dharma purushartha, and it is for those for ourselves, for our family, for our society. We have to perform something. We have to offer something out of love or out of dedication, like that. So we have a principle of, this principle is given in the Ishavasya Upanishad, Ten tyakten bhunjita ma gridah kasya vidhanam. Always protect yourself by way of renunciation. There should be a त्याग भाव within you. ऐसा नहीं है कि हमेशा दूसरों के वेल्थ के बारे में या मटेरियल गेन्स के बारे में सोचते रहे, नहीं. हमें जो हमारे पास है, कुछ भी है, मेरे पास समय है, मेरे पास ज्यादा कुछ है, जो भी ऑफरिंग्स आई कैन मेक, I should make. So this Yajurveda talks about this is there in the Ishavasya Upanishad, Ten Tyakten Bhunjita. But the Yajurveda, or we can say our Upanishad, also talk about Panch Mahayagya. That theory is given by Yajurveda only. Dev Yagya, Brahma Yagya, Bhut Yagya, Pitri Yagya, and Nri Yagya or Manushya Yagya. So whatever I have, every day, this should be to elevate your own self. You have to be aware that whatever I have, because of the kripa of that divine entity, I should offer something to that deity or devata. Similarly, whatever I have in the form of knowledge, I should owe that, I should give something, not in the terms of material gain, but I should learn those things daily, on the daily basis. That is called Rishi Yagya. This is how I'm मैं अपने ही गुरु के प्रति इस बात को रखना चाहती हूँ कि अगर मैं उनकी दी हुई विद्या पर डेली अध्ययन करती हूँ और उसके बारे में मनन करती हूँ, तो ऋषि यज्ञ कर रही हूँ. भूत यज्ञ, for there are many other beings like other than humans, like plants or the microorganisms which are dependent on us. So every day we should offer something to them, so that this in the form of yajna only, that is again a sacrifice. Then in the form of Manushya Yagya, every day I have to offer something to my fellow beings. They may need it. They may be in the in some in the I mean, उनको हो सकता है वो नीडी हो उसके लिए जो मैं देना चाहती हूँ, या हम कभी कभी पूछ भी लेते हैं कि आपको कुछ चाहिए तो नहीं है. तो दिस इज अगेन, मैंने जैसे बताया कि वो ट्रेडिशंस वही हैं. पंचमहायज्ञ की थ्योरी यही है, लेकिन आज हम अपनी लाइफ में उसको डिफरेंट स्टाइल से अपना रहे हैं. Similarly, Pitri Yagya, we should be thankful to our ancestors for whatever we have today. We should not forget them. That's the Indian way of praying to the ancestors or the forefathers. So this is again comes under the category of sacrifice or the yagya, or we can say a selflessness. We should not be कि ये तो सब मैंने जो कमाया है मैंने खुद ही कमाया है, मेरे बड़ों का इसमें कोई योगदान नहीं. उनकी वजह से मुझे मिला है, शायद क्योंकि मैं वो इस तरह से मुझे उन्होंने रखा या सिखाया, तो आज मैं यहाँ तक कर पाई. ऐसी फीलिंग के साथ उनको याद रखना चाहिए. तो सेल्फलेसनेस रहनी चाहिए, हमें ईगो नहीं रखना है किसी भी चीज का. So selflessness with the spirit of yajna, as I just told. So even, and this this yajna process, not in the way of various yagyas as told in the Yajurveda, but also in the form of cosmology is there in the Yajurveda, and through that also the feeling of the feeling of selflessness is around us in the whole Yajurveda, and which allows us to think how we can elevate our life. If we see the working of Panchamahabhutas, that how the Prajapati, how the supreme entity, with the help of all the five gross elements, have created this whole universe. And even today, we need water, we need air, we need sunlight, everything, nature, trees, everything around us, we need for our sustainability. So that is important for our survival. So they are not turning selfish to us that today, okay, I'm not coming. Sun is saying, I'm not coming today to give sun to the earth, to sunlight to the earth or the organisms. No, he's coming every day. So this is how they are selfless. They are without any selfishness. They are coming every day to us. So this is how we have to be like that only. There should not be any kind of selfishness among us. And then this give and take of phenomena actually highlights the interdependence. All these living beings are basically interdependent to each other, and all these cosmic elements teach us that every time to elevate your life, to evolve further, you have to sacrifice your individuality. It doesn't mean कि अपनी ईगो में बने रहे कि नहीं नहीं हम तो झुक ही नहीं सकते, हम तो कह ही नहीं सकते, हम तो अपने आप को डिसिप्लिन क्यों करें किसी और के लिए, मुझे अपने ऊपर काम करने की क्या जरूरत है, मैं दूसरों को ही बताती रहूं. ऐसे नहीं हो सकता. अगर हमें आगे अपनी लाइफ में एलिवेट होना है, पॉजिटिव रहना है, खुश रहना है, संतुष्टि के भाव से रहना, then we have to be cut down our own ego or other areas. So what self needs to be? This is the question now. ये सब तो हमें यजुर्वेद ने बता दिया that you have to do. आपको अपने 4 सेल्फ पे काम करना है, जो आज की मॉडर्न टाइम की लैंग्वेज है उसके हिसाब से मैं कह रही हूँ. बट यजुर्वेद ने हमें बता दिया कि आपको यज्ञ करना है, आपको स्वाध्याय करना है. ये हमें यजुर्वेद से पता चल गया, और स्वाध्याय का प्रोसेस भी समझा दिया, और यज्ञ का भी पूरा प्रोसेस सृष्टि के माध्यम से समझा दिया. दैट इज फाइन. बट लेकिन सेल्फ को, ये सेल्फ मीन्स एज एन इंडिविजुअल, उसको कैसे समझ आए कि मैं ये सारा का सारा कैसे कर लूं. तो उसके लिए मुझे लगता है कि ये सब हमें फिर यजुर्वेद ने आगे एक्सप्लेन किया है अपनी लाइफ में आगे बढ़ने के लिए, कि वे ये मॉडर्न टाइम का अगेन सेइंग है कि हम लोग, मतलब ये यजुर्वेद से नहीं मैंने लिया, ये जो लाइन है ये हमने एक मॉडर्न किसी स्कॉलर को पढ़ा, और या हम भी ये बात मानते हैं दैट जो बहुत ज्यादा सक्सेसफुल या हैप्पी आपको कोई लोग दिख रहे हैं, वो तब हैं जब वो अपने काम में संतुष्टि का भाव या खुशी का भाव देखते हैं. और जब तक हम काम ना करें, मतलब जो मुझे असाइन काम है दैट इज ओके, या जो मेरे अपने डीड्स हैं, एक्शन, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज हैं, उनको मैं नहीं करती हूँ, और आई थिंक आई शुड फील हैप्पी. इट इज नॉट लाइक दैट. यू हैव टू बी ऑन योर foot every time to have to do your duties, so that pleasure can easily comes to you. So that is the present day saying. So is there, again this is being taught by Yajurveda also, how in various mantras, in various references from the Upanishads or the Aranyakas or the Brahmanas, like in ईशावास्य Upanishad it says, कर्मों को करते हुए 100 वर्षों तक जीने की इच्छा कीजिए. 100 वर्ष जीना इट्स ओके, वो तो हेल्दी लाइफ के लिए हमने पहले ही बात बताई, लेकिन कर्मों को करते हुए, कुर्वन्ने वे कर्माणि, कर्मों को छोड़कर नहीं हम जी सकते 100 वर्ष तक. हम लेथार्जिक हो जाएंगे. वी गॉट अपसेट विद आवर ओन सेल्फ. तैतृय आरण्यक से उत्तिष्ठ मां स्वपन, सोने की या स्वप्न देखने की जरूरत नहीं है, उठो काम करो. सिमिलरली कठोपनिषद से उत्तिष्ठ जागृत प्राप्य, जो वहां तक पहुंचना चाहते हो, जिसे प्राप्त करना चाहते हो, उठो जागो प्राप्त करो. मतलब यू हैव टू बी ऑन योर टोज, यू हैव टू बी देयर, you have to perform your work. And Tetri Brahman says, श्रद्धा प्रतिष्ठा लोकस्य देवी. इस लोक की जो देवी है itself is श्रद्धा. श्रद्धा means dedicatedly. जब तक मैं dedicatedly कोई काम नहीं करती हूँ, then how can I say that I'm going to be happy? So dedication is important to do your action, and that's why Shraddha is considered as a devi of this whole loka. So these are the terms, these are the sentences given by the by various Yajurvedic text only. And it says, we know when we talk about karma philosophy, we always talk about Bhagavad Gita. That's okay. That's okay for the normal, normal means for the layman. But for the Vedic student, or like we are today at Nadveda Dhir Kendra, when we are there at such Kendra, we should proudly say that karma philosophy is there from the Yajurveda only. Yajurveda promotes the path of karma yoga. It highlights how you can perform your actions or duties with honesty by providing service to others. At the same time, you have to be responsible, but never think about the results. Never think that results that you should get a good result of that. So this is how Yajurveda creates a responsible human being. So to elevate oneself, one has to be responsible first. That's the first thing. Then there should be a union of mind, body, and soul. It is there in the Kathopanishad, and it is a very popular one because we all know about the study of Kathopanishad and how the how this how our body, mind, and soul connects with each other, and then this union allows us to have the pleasure of the worldly things, and how we can detach ourselves from this particular from this world, and to attain the final goal. I'm not reading from the slide because it is there. You can see the meaning of this. But I'm saying that to elevate one's own self, one has to have union of the this three things: mind, body, and soul. When these three things union with each other, united with each other, then only you can understand your own self. When you understand your own self, then you know that whether I'm on the right path of righteousness or not, whether I am having positive tendencies or not, then only we can attain the goal of our life, that is an elevated life from where we are, उससे ऊपर अगर मुझे उठना है तो उसके लिए. Then conduct is very important for us. As Tetri Upanishad, there we have find that all the discussion is among the guru and the shishya only. So we can apply this in our day-to-day life also, that one should perform the actions. और हम कह सकते हैं कि जो हमारा आचरण है वो कैसा होना चाहिए, जिससे कि सोसाइटी में, या एक तो शास्त्र अनुकूल होना चाहिए, जैसा हमें एथिक मॉरल्स हमें अपने शास्त्रों से मिले हैं उसके अकॉर्डिंग ही हमें अपने एक्शंस को करना चाहिए, थ्रू आउट लाइफ उन्हें अपनाना चाहिए, एंड इट शुड नॉट उससे सोसाइटी में किसी तरह की प्रॉब्लम्स नहीं आनी चाहिए. तो सोसाइटी के अकॉर्डिंगली हमें चलना है. सो दिस इज हाउ वन कैन मेंटेन द कंडक्ट. सो टू एलिवेट लाइफ, दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट, योर कंडक्ट शुड बी लाइक दैट. अदरवाइज हम कैसे ये थोड़ी कि यहाँ झूठ बोल रहे हैं और उधर अपने आप को सोच रहे हैं कि हम ऊपर उठ जाएंगे. नहीं, हम अवेयर भी हो जाएंगे तब भी क्या, अगर हम अवेयर होने के बाद अपने कंडक्ट को ठीक नहीं किया, इफ वी आर अवेयर, वी आर हैविंग सेल्फ अवेयरनेस ऑफ दिस, दैट यस टुडे आई हैव स्पोकन अबाउट समथिंग which is not honest, or I have not speak the truth, that is okay, I am aware of that. But if I am not correcting myself next day, then what is the use of self awareness? So to again elevate in life, one has to take care of the conduct, how to perform the जो जिनका आचरण है वो कैसा होना चाहिए. So again we have from Shatad Brahman and the Tetri Upanishad, Satyam Vad. Whatever you say is only truth only, and tasmat satyamev vadet. इसीलिए सच ही बोलना चाहिए. This is said by Shatad Brahman. And Satyam Vad is very popular. There is another saying from Shatad Brahman which says Satyavai Chakshu. Truth is the one which can speak only while looking into the eyes of the other person. If you are saying something and you are looking here and there, that means you are not speaking truth. This is how Vedic seer has told us about the conduct. Then respectfulness is important. We have to be respectful for our gurus or our parents or our society or the guest. Everybody around us, we should be respectful to them. And then there is another saying from the Tetri Upanishad and the Kathopanishad, and it is repeated many times in Yajurveda, Om Sehna Avatu Sehna Bhunaktu. That is, like-mindedness is very important. When we firstly we have to be respectful to each other. Secondly, there should be kind of a like-mindedness among us. between two, or even if we are in a group. Because when there is no like-mindedness and we are always in a situation of conflict, so that conflict gives us the negative tendencies only, and it breaks the relation. But if we are like-mindedness with each other, we understand each other, so and we are on the path of righteousness, then definitely we cherish each other with understanding. So this is how is explained in the Taittiriya Upanishad. Then social harmony is very important. And for that, I will give you a very different example from the Yajurveda. We all know about the Shanti mantras, which is there in the Yajurveda, that is for the cosmic harmony. But social harmony is very important. And there are Rudra Suktam in the Krishna Yajurveda, and where you have by way of different names like Sri Rudram, Namkam, Rudra Prashna, Shatrudriya, Rudra Adhyay, many other like that. They talks about. Then it is there in the Taittiriya Samhita, as I just said. Then there are many names given in there. Thousands of names are there in the Rudra Suktam. And out of them, like I took Shiva, Sharva, Bhava, Pashupati, Shan, Mahadeva are some I want to mention, because their characteristic is creator, sustainer, and destroyer, which we have found while studying the various names of Rudra Devta, because they are nothing but his characteristics only, and it is there in the Vajasnehi Samhita and the Taittiriya Samhita. That is, the chapters are there. So how this concept of Rudra of Yajurveda gives us the explanation of the social harmony, because there is one particular mantra in the Yajurveda which says that homage to जो charioteer है, या जो hunter है, या जो निषाद है, या जो जिस तरह से जैसे जो है कुलालेभ्य जो है, उन सबको जो ऐसे जो लोग हैं जो कि प्रजा वर्ग में आते हैं. प्रजा वर्ग इज नथिंग बट द क्रिएटिव पीपल, जिनके पास they have their own uniqueness because of their intellect or power or creative talents. That comes in the category of Praja system. So Praja system was there since the beginning, and the Praja people are those which serve the society with their actions. They can be a charioteer. अगर वो नहीं होंगे तो हमारा रथ कौन बनाएगा? अगर हंटर नहीं है तो कौन जो है शिकार वगैरह कैसे करके आएंगे? या जो जैसे जो ये डॉग्स को पकड़ने वाला, या जो इस तरह से छोटे छोटे जो दूसरे तरह के काम होते हैं, जैसे कि कॉबलर है, ये सारे जो काम हैं, ये सब उसमें प्रजा वगैरह में आते हैं. ब्लैक स्मिथ का काम है, कारपेंटर का काम है, ये सब प्रजा में आते हैं. तो दे ले द फाउंडेशन ऑफ द सोसाइटी, एंड दिस प्रजा सिस्टम स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम द यजुर्वेद ओनली. सो दे हेयर इन लोगों को ये जो फाउंडेशन ऑफ द सोसाइटी है, ऐसे फाउंडर्स ऑफ मतलब जो दोज पीपल हु ले द फाउंडेशन ऑफ द सोसाइटी, they are considered equivalent to Rudra, because they are saying कि उनको भी हम रुद्र के समान नमस्कार करते हैं. इन सबको नमस्कार करते हुए देन लास्ट में रुद्राय च नमः, दे आर उनको ऐसे ही रुद्र के तरह कंसिडर किया गया है. इट इज देयर. सो दिस इज हाउ वी कैन से दैट सोशल हार्मनी, ये यजुर्वेद एक्सप्लेन कर रहा है हमें to let us know that everybody around us, even on the higher levels or the people who are laying the foundation of the society, everybody is Rudra. Nobody is different from Rudra, because they are also the creator, sustainer of the society. And this is how we should be harmonious to each other. This concept, I feel that this concept can be related like this, and this is how we have this whole concept. So to elevate our own self, firstly we have to harmonize within the society with our fellow beings. So in conclusion, I can say that Yajurveda focus on the objective of self-discovery एंड ट्रांसफॉर्मेटिव जर्नी. अपनी ही जो अगर हमें अपने आप को ट्रांसफॉर्म करना है, अपने आप को बदलना है, अपने आप को एलिवेट करना है, तो यजुर्वेद हमें एक बहुत अच्छा लेसन देता है जो सेल्फ को बताते हुए फिर सेल्फ को उठाने के लिए, आगे बढ़ने के लिए क्या क्या जरूरी है, वट एवर इज रिक्वायर्ड इन द फॉर्म ऑफ कंडक्ट, राइटियसनेस, रिस्पेक्टफुलनेस, truth, whatever ethics are there. There are many other ethics, moral values are there, but due to the time, I have keep my presentation within the time limit only. So it focuses basic. So it is very important that Yajurveda is not a book of ancient times. It is actually a book of present time, book for the present time to discover one own self. And everything is, it also tells us that everything is an outcome of our mind only. If you have to elevate yourself, then you have to, the power is there in your mind. And with that power, you can be your own friend or you can be your enemy. That's why we have this sentence from the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Brihadaranyaka, or we can say Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, and it is also there in the Shatpat Brahman, because Brihadaranyaka Upanishad or Brihadaranyaka is there assimilated in the Shatpat Brahman 14th chapter only. Astoma Sadagamya, Tamsoma Jyotirgamya, from the ignorance to the knowledge, from the darkness to the light. So this is how you yourself is responsible for that. कोई और हमें लेके नहीं जाएगा, हमें खुद ही आगे बढ़ना है. So Yajurveda, by the spirit of Yajna, it talks about the कैसे unselfish होके you have to serve the society and each other, and that will be a great source of happiness and a reliever of stress. And there will be no stress if you follow Yajna vai shreshtatamam karma. Yajna hi shreshtatamam karma. That is from the Shatpat Brahman and the Tetre Brahman, the books on which I have done my PhD under the guidance of Dr. Shashi Tiwari Madam. And so this is how, by the way of sacrificing our own self, that means there should not be any ego within your own self. Only then you can acquire elevation in your own life. So this is how I'm thankful that Veda Adhyayana Kendra and Professor Prabhakar sir and of course the knowledge from the Yajurveda allows me to speak on this particular topic, which is very relevant in today's time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. It was a very, very excellent talk, covering very comprehensive topics, and really appreciate your expertise. I'd like to have Dr. Shashi Tiwari madam now comment on your talk, and then we'll go through some questions from the audience also. Dr. Shashi Tiwari madam, please, can you give your remarks?
You're mute, madam.
You're muted.
How much time is allotted to me?
You can take
10
10
minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay. So we were listening to Aparna, who is master of Yajurveda, and I have heard her many talks on Yajurveda, and she has a mastery on it. And especially when Shatpat Brahman and Kshatriya Brahman were also in his course, in her course, so she knows Yajurveda in many contexts. I will say that it was a good talk, and it was focused on the elimination of human beings, how they can be they can do their upliftment by the thoughts, by the views of the Yajurveda. And in the very beginning, I will like to say a mantra of the Yajurveda: Medham me varuno dadatu, medham agni prajati, medham indrasya vayushya, medha dhata dadatu me. Yam medham devgana pitrasya taya mamadya medhya agne medhavinam kuru. So here, worshipper is asking for the Veda, for the intellect, and that intellect which is dear to his ancestors and also to the deities. What deities have, that Medha, that intellect he wants, not a simple intellect as is in the Gayatri Mantra, Bhurva Swatat Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi there Dhi is used, but here Medha is used. So by this mantra, I want to say that she was right when she says that Yajurveda is a Veda of wisdom, because all the Vedas are Veda of wisdom. They are meant for knowledge. Ved means knowledge, and they are the treasure house of knowledge, actually, all the Vedas. But according to my opinion, and also I think Professor Prabhakar is so much master of Yajurveda. He loves Yajurveda, so he will also agree that everything is available there, everything discussed in the Yajurveda. So Yajurveda is a way for all types of knowledge and learning. And Aparna was speaking on certain aspects of Yajurveda, and she was giving quotations also. But time to time, I was finding her limitations for time also, and limitations also. Can say young, she is quite young, so we should not expect everything will be opened, which will be clear to elderly age only. So I even then it was a great presentation. She spoke about Atma Gyan, अपने जानना. The meaning Atma Gyan, knowledge Atma. Atma is self, and the self-realization, actually, knowledge, knowing is realizing. So Atma means realizing of, so that is the highest gain of the all philosophy, all principles. So that was that Gyan is there. Battery is going again this thing. And so that meaning should also be taken here. Then you were talking about Swadhyaya. So everything was very interesting about Swadhyaya, Tapasya, Swadhyaya, Pravachnecha, Damasya, Swadhyaya, Pravachnecha, Ritamsya, Swadhyaya, Pravachnecha. So everything has to be done with Swadhyaya, with Pravachan. And that is a direction to student by the teacher. And because now he's going to his back to his home, and he will be grahast, and now he will be under any teacher. So here Swadhyaya means he should himself learn and read all whole age. Never he should stop. This meaning should also be taken, and it is a very simple and first meaning, but it is also very important. And similarly, Atmanam Rathinam Vidhi Shariram Ratham Evatu. So here you have put the metaphor, that Rupak very well, and mind, body, and third was mind, body, and soul. So in between there should be intellect also, because Atmanam Rathinam Vidhi Shariram Ratham Evatu. All there are Indriyas also, there are Buddhi also. So one has to be controlled by another, then another from the next one. So like that, there is a Rupak, and that has many meanings, in fact. And in Kathopanishad also it comes. So Yajurveda is a Veda of many points, many views. And when we go to Vedic studies, what is the purpose, our purpose? We want to know the views of our ancestors, the views of our seers, our elders, our ancient thinkers. And Aparna has put those views according to the topic. This is, in fact, a true research paper. So she was focused on the theme which she has to do. So I myself will like to say few mantras of the Yajurveda, which are very important and which make Yajurveda the more for most ways according to my knowledge. First, there is a mantra. You will always find this combination: Ritam cha, Kshatram cha, Ube Shriyam Ashnuyat. Then Ritam cha, Satyam cha, Chartau, Samyan, Chartau Saha, etc. etc. So they are focusing on Ritam cha, Satyam cha. Then similarly, there is another word they used to spoke Brahmacha Kshatramcha. Brahmacha Kshatramcha. Brahma means intellectual knowledge, and Kshatriya means physical knowledge. So they both should be combined for the betterment of individual, for the betterment of community, for the betterment of society, for the betterment of any country. So both things are required: high thought, clear thought, and strength, physical strength, or instrumental strength, as we have seen in the Pakmore this time. So this idea of Yajurveda is very important according to me. Then second is, I will be telling everyone every point in short because time is limited. So there is Shanti mantra, Bhadram Karnevi Shumyam Deva, Bhadram Pashimakshivir Yatra, Ithreyange Tushtuvan Sastanubhi, Vyashema Hitam Yadayu. Aparna has told that Jivim Shardashatam, Pashem Shardashatam. So rishis are asking for the age of 100 years, not less than that. So this age, longevity, along with longevity, what is desirable? Is desirable that all limbs should be healthy. Eyes should be good in sightseeing, then hair in their hearing, like that. Every indriya should do its own work. Then mind should do its thinking, like that. There it is explained. So in short, this is a desire for a good health. This is a desire for happiness through good body, good health. So is health means or a goal? According to the mantras, these are only means to get a good health. If a good health is there, then that health should be utilized to get another goal, and that is self-realization, etc. So in this way, health is only a means till it is not achieved. It is not a mean for something else. So this is the essence of all the prayers which are related to bodily betterment, bodily fitness. And the third one, that mantra which is in the 32nd Adhyay, Venastat Pashat Nitam Gupayam, Yat Vishwam Bhavati Eknidam, Tasmin Idam Chasam Cha Veti, Sa Ota Putascha Vibhu Pradasu. This is a very, very supreme mantra according to me. It is the highest philosophy which is explained here in simple 4 lines. First says that when a intellectual person knows that he lives in the guha, in the heart, that is guha. So he lives in every heart. This is known to the intellectual person. Then it says, Yatra Vishwam Bhavati Eknidam. This universe is just like a nest. There is a saying in Sanskrit, Vasudev Kutumbakam, but this is more superior than that. Yatra Vishwam Bhavati Ek Needam. Ek need is the nest of the bird. And what is the characteristic of that nest? That nest has no partition, no division. All the birds will be living there with peaceful, with atmosphere, and there will be no discrimination, no partition, no division. So Vishwa should be like that. Yes, yes. Yatra Vishwam Bhavati Eknidam. For that Brahma, this universe is just like a need. And then it says, the mantra says, Tasmin idam samcha bicha eti. Here only eti, one verb is used for two subjects. Firstly, it will be said sameti, that it will be said vi-eti. Sameti means in him, in Brahman, all will be issued outside at the time of creation. And then in the time of delusion, pralaya, all will be again assimilated into one. Sameti cha, vi-eti cha. एक में संहार करता है, एक में फैलाव करता है. तो ये हमारी सारी फिलॉसफी का मूल मंत्र है. एक जो वेदांत दर्शन है, जो सृष्टि की उत्पत्ति के सिद्धांत है, जो कारण कार्यवाद है, सब में यही सिद्धांत लागू होता है कि फ्रॉम वन, when from one there are many, it is creation, and when from many it is one, that is delusion, that is laya, that is pralaya. And this mantra is also very important according to me. Then Shiv Sankalpa Sukta Aparna has told, and that is the essence of the whole psychology, mind science is narrated there. Tanme Mana Shiv Sankalpa Vastu. Sankalpa means resolution. That should be auspicious. We should have an auspicious resolution, because resolution is the first act of mind. If there will be sankalpa, vikalpa, or acha sankalpa hoga, then only one can do something better. Because man is sankalpa atmako mana. This is the paribhasha. This is the definition of mind. And nishchyatmika buddhi. So only sankalpa vikalpa act is of mind, and that should be auspicious. Then only other faculties of that body will be acting according to in their best mood. So Shiv Sankalpa Sukta is very important, and there are so many things: consciousness, unconsciousness, subconsciousness. So this is a science of mind. Now people are talking that, and they think they have got something very higher, and they don't know that in Yajurveda it is written in simple words. So like this, there are so many mantras, and the last one which I will refer here is again in the Paramatma Sukta. I think that is 32nd chapter of the Yajurveda, and there it is said that tad apashyat, tad abhavat, tadasi. This is the fourth charan of the mantra. Tad apashyat, tad abhavat, tadasi. उसको देखा, वो हो गया, वो तो वो था ही. उसको देखा, तद अपश्य, तद इज तद तोमसी वाला तद ब्रह्म, तत् अपश्य, विटनेस उसको किया, समझा, उसको अंडरस्टैंड किया, या देखा, या रियलाइज किया, कुछ भी कहेंगे, वो हो गया. जैसे ही देखेगा आत्मा ब्रह्म को, वैसे ही ब्रह्म हो जाएगा. ब्रह्मविद ब्रह्मेव भवति. तो ब्रह्म हो जाएगा. और फिर अगर ये बोल के बात खत्म कर दी जाए, if ऋषि will say that tad apashyat tad abhavat, it means there are two things. There is tad and there is another person who is going to be tad. So the duality will become there, but he don't want to. He has to negate that duality. So he he is emphasizing on oneness. And that's why he says Tadapashat Tadabhat. Then at least at once, immediately he says Tadasit, वो तो वो था ही, हम जैसे ब्रह्म का ही रूप है. Every Atma is self, every self is the अंश of Paramatma. So this is known to every darshan, every philosophy, and that Tadapashat Tadabhat Tadasi, these mantra having three small sentences denote that great idea here in the Yajurveda. So I congratulate Aparna and I respectfully namaskar करती हूँ to Prabhakar ji for choosing such a good subject, and every word of that Yajurveda is for the evolution of human life, and there is no doubt about that. Vedas are meant for that. Every word is there for the human beings, for the upliftment of human beings. So I am closing my remarks with these words. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much that Dr. Shashi Diwari has given wonderful, electrifying thoughts on Yajurveda. Actually, Yajurveda is a ocean, and our study also is oceanic in its own way. So now I did my work on Shukla Yajurveda Samhita. Now we have got Aparna, still lot of life before, on the Satabada Brahmana. So Brahmanas explain many more things, especially in the interpretation of Veda. So many things. So Satabada with 100. So Brahmana and Samhita. And Aranyakas and extensive. And now,
My Veda is also Shukla Yajurveda. My Veda is also Shukla Yajurveda.
oh, so we are all sitting. So we have the opportunity, a platform to meet together. So Sangachadhvam. Then we have seen Aparna taken trouble to spend a lot of time and thought, and is able to present to us the pulse of Yajurveda and also the expansive stretch of the Yajurveda in a short manner, because it is very difficult to explore and explain and exhaust. And again, I remember Dr. Prasad is here, Anjaneya Prasad, in his university, there was a seminar done on mood management and how to elevate the mood and depress mood and how to operate the mood and all that mind stitch. So they also brought out a souvenir on mood management. Probably he has forgotten. Now suddenly I remember that he gave me the book to read, the mood management, and I just wrote a summary of that and published in our Vedana Sarit, and then R.L. Kashyap, who was vice president of the Waves, and who has done wonderful work on Yajurveda after retirement. So he has published my article in his journal also. So thereby the mood is most important. Manaha. See, manas is common to all people. How you are able to manipulate and also make it happy or make it gloomy or lose. So Aparna has given wonderful quotations, important. But unfortunately, people have got some Europeans have got ill opinion. It's a madman's talk in the, and those things are condemned afterwards. But still, that are all resisted. How? Because they don't understand the ritual and all those things. However, today we have a wonderful time to bring Ayurveda to limelight and see that people start looking at the beauty of the
Now
Ayurveda.
they talk
And
about nowadays they talk about mindfulness in USA.
yeah,
So they think that they have got something very, very, very great, but they don't know here in every mantra this type of ideas are given.
yeah, correct. So we have here we have got our Charanji also. He is very keen student and observing all points and making notes and all that. And I think we can ask Dr. Inglalli if he is there to give his final touch and then vote of thanks. I don't know. He's not there. Sir Ingalalli, you're there. Mhm. So Prasad can just project for a while Nath's video for a while and then conclude.
I have my Bal Sabha class at 10:15, so we'll just conclude, Nana. I'll just chat.
I'm grateful to Prabhakar Garu for giving this opportunity.
Okay. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanao Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदुच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु श्रीवेदपुरुष आशीर्वादोऽस्तु ॐ तत्सत्